Leo, the fire of the throne and the divine will, tetramorphs unveiled, the radiant center of consciousness. If Taurus taught us to fix substance and value on earth, today we look upon the face that rises from the material plane to a firm existence. Leo, the second of the living creatures. This is not the sign of vanity, but the affirmation of the self. In the mystical vision, the lion is the force of fixed fire, representing the heart of the zodiac, the seat of pure will. If Taurus says I have, Leo declares with sovereignty, I am. Today, we will delve into the solar symbolism of Leo. We will understand the ego as a sacred tool, will as creative fire, and the true secret of being the center of your universe. The tetramorph of fire, the fixing of will. In the zodiac, Leo is the second of the tetramorphs, the one who fixes the energy of will initiated by Aries. Its quality is fixed, and its element is fire. This makes it the eternal flame that burns within matter. Leo represents the individualization of the spirit. If the function of Taurus was to anchor, yin receptive polarity, Leo's function is to radiate, yang polarity active, outgoing. Philosophical connection. Leo is the manifestation of the ego as an organizing and creating principle. It takes the vital energy and concentrates it into a focal point, establishing dominion over one's personal reality. It is the expression of the higher self manifesting as personality, ready for creation. Rulership of the sun, the ego as a tool of creation. The power of Leo lies in its absolute rulership by the sun. The sun, at the center of the system, is the source of life and the light of consciousness. Leo brings the lesson that every human being is a potential sun, the center of their own magical circle of existence. Will Thelema is the fire of Leo. Everything created began with an act of pure will, the leonine. Function is to radiate this will with such certainty and focus, fixed quality, that intention transforms into manifest existence. The ego of Leo is therefore the solar tool to affirm the self and creativity. True royalty is not the external crown, but the dominion over one's own soul and the ability to be the master of creation of one's life. The challenge of royalty and the shadow of pride. Leo's great challenge is precisely its greatest strength, the fixed ego. When the ego, the personality, suffocates the self, the spirit, the sun becomes a star that shines only for itself, falling into the shadow of vanity, tyranny, and the incessant need for external applause. The fixed fire becomes a rigidity that prevents evolution and self-criticism. The sacrifice of the lion. The lion, as the archetype of the leader, must learn to shine to inspire, using its will to guide the tribe, not just to show off. It must make the sacrifice of personal will for the greater good, a test of integrity. True leonine power manifests through generosity and loyalty. Leo in the evolutionary cycle, the affirmation of being. Leo is stage 2 of the tetramorph's evolution of consciousness, representing affirmation. Taurus, the ox, the stage of having. Fixing of matter and security. Leo, the lion, the stage of being. Affirmation of consciousness and will. Leo takes the material security of Taurus and transforms it into self-expression and creative leadership. If Leo succeeds in affirming its true will, the self, it prepares for transformation. If it fails and clings to its fixed, vain ego, that ego will be the substance that must be destroyed and released in the next stage. Scorpio, death, transformation. The journey of the self is the radiant affirmation, Leo, that must inevitably pass through the purifying fire of crisis. Scorpio. Conclusion. the flame of purpose. Maximizers. The archetype of Leo teaches us that we are the very flame of creation. Leo's true crown is purpose lived with integrity and unshakable will. Use your sun to radiate your essence. If you felt the fire of Leo, leave your like and share with whoever needs to ignite their will. In the next video, we will plunge into the abyss of Scorpio's transformation. Subscribe and hit the notification bell to unveil the death of the ego.